prior to the 2017 fork war era, there really wasn't a Bitcoin and crypto, right? We were kind of all part of the same ecosystem. Maybe we didn't like some ideas, but everybody was, together. I was on stage with Adam Back and Joe Lubin, and you would never see that today because there's Bitcoin and there's crypto, and there's this very strong cultural divide that emerged. It seems like a lot of the folks that I talk to on the Bitcoin Knops side are very concerned about this cultural divide, and they want to sort of, in their own words, kind of keep the shitcoiners, quote unquote, over on the protocols that are away from Bitcoin. So it seems like we went from this idea where, Bitcoin would be everything to, all these kind of projects breaking away from Bitcoin. Now it seems like there's a group of people who want to maintain that, and they don't want these capabilities coming back to Bitcoin. What's your opinion on that?
I think it's ridiculous because if you see the amount of academic work and actually technology that has been deployed related, for instance, to cryptographic schemes for succinct proving computation of chain like Starks and Nova and Supernova and Plonk and Plonk 3 and all these developments, they happened because there was an interest and an ecosystem that welcomed new innovations and also that put money on these new innovations. So it's ridiculous to think that, there is this great technology that was developed, but let's not use it because it's tainted because it came from a foreign ecosystem. And that's ridiculous. It's math. Math has no color. It doesn't have a party. It's just math, right? And if you go back to 2012 and take a look at the coin witness idea of Gregory Maxwell, that is actually what is being used right now on Ethereum. And it doesn't matter who came with the idea or it's just technology. It's there. So for me, it's taking the best of each that each ecosystem has created and bringing this back to Bitcoin. And I don't care if there was a token involved. I'm not particularly interested in tokens, yet I don't care. If it's technology, open source, license-free technology, then I'd rather take it.
Something else that comes up in these conversations is this idea that there isn't anything that's successful out in the crypto world that is worth kind of rebuilding on Bitcoin, right? So there's a dismissiveness of, what has occurred, maybe what you're saying is on the research and development side. So I guess, what would be your appeal to folks who what's working out in crypto that you would like to see come to Bitcoin?
That's very debatable because I have my own fierce opinion about what is working. I'm come from a country where people were excluded from the financial system. We had hyperinflation. We have all kinds of problems with banks closing accounts, requiring KYC for every single transaction that they don't like. So in that country, which is Argentina, people were very used to using stable coins and Bitcoin on the blockchain that provided the best, cost, the cheapest cost. And Rootstock had a lot of impact in Argentina and in other South American countries. And I see every day people using Bitcoin collateralized dollars, for instance, the money on chain protocol on Rootstock in my country. And for everyday things, you can go and buy things with dollar on chain in Argentina. And I think these are real use cases. And I remember when I co-founded Rootstock, I came from the cybersecurity side. I had no idea about what would be the impact of Bitcoin for financial inclusion. I really didn't care much about that. Not I had a background in economics. For me, it was just how to create private money using the best cryptographic protocols and the most secure way. But then I met this group of people that co-founded Rootstock with Diego Gutierrez Aldivar and Gabriel Kurman and Adrian Edelman and Ruben. And what they taught me is that there is a real need in this world for financial inclusion. It's not a pure technological dream. It's people in needs, and this gives them the solution. And when we actually deployed Rootstock and saw that happening on Argentina, I think it was the realization that use case is real. And I don't have to convince anyone, because if I do a couple of blocks in Argentina, I will find someone that is using either dollar stable coins on Tron because it's cheaper, or dollar on chain in Rootstock, or Bitcoin on Rootstock. So it's real. So I think that payments will happen on Rootstock, on Bitcoin for financial inclusion, and we have to work to make Bitcoin not a niche, not something that it's only for store of value, but also for a financial system, a new financial system. And I think the best I understand people need stable coins because they are not ready maybe to buy Bitcoin because it's too volatile for a short term. And the best possible stablecoins that we can give them that is censorship resistant is Bitcoin collateralized fiat currencies. So for that, you need a smart contract platform such as Rootstock.
So maybe to ask the question a little bit more directly, why wouldn't you build what you're doing away from Bitcoin? Why do you want to bring this work to Bitcoin?
Well, I never went too far from Bitcoin, I would say. I created the first smart contract platform in 2013, which was called Quickscoin. This was 1 year before Ethereum. And I never launched it because I didn't want to create an altcoin. And at that time, we called them altcoins, right? So I was a Bitcoiner since the beginning. And I thought that Bitcoin would be the main money for the internet. And also later, we all learned that Bitcoin could become a store of value. So for me, I'm a monetary maximalist. I think that all is going to happen around Bitcoin. Technology is going to come back to Bitcoin. We only need to provide these layers for everything that has been built elsewhere to be built on top of Bitcoin.